Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing very well today. So as you can see, it's a little bit of a different setup. You can see my microphone. This time I'm not trying to hide it. I wanted to try and put a very relaxed vibe to this video and to see how it works out. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something I'm very passionate about and something that I think is so important, and it's content that I love watching, and it's going to be about sustainability and how we can all be more sustainable. Sustainability, you guys, is kind of a itchy topic, almost kind of like veganism to talk about on the internet, because I feel like whenever you put it out there, a level of perfection is expected from you, and you're going to be kind of challenged to the core to see if you're doing everything 100% right. But I do want to make a disclaimer and make sure that you guys understand that I am in no way perfect. I'm not a saint. I'm not someone who does everything right. I am absolutely aware of all the things that I still could do much better. And it's sometimes hard to find the right balance. And it's not easy, definitely, always finding a better way, a more sustainable way to live, whilst also being able to pursue your passions and, live an amazing and comfortable life, basically. But luckily, this world is changing and things are getting easier to be more sustainable as well. And the number one thing that I think when it comes to sustainability is that it's always better to do something than to do nothing. I think that sounds so obvious, but it still amazes me on how many people I hear saying that, well, they can't save the world anyway, so why bother doing anything? Today I want to talk about my 5 simple yet effective ways to be more sustainable. So these are going to be things that I feel like is easy for almost anybody to incorporate into their lifestyle. These are the 5 things I would say are kind of my rules of everyday life. That's something I do on a consistent basis that are just like my lifestyle, basically. So that's why I feel they are simple and they are effective, and they're something that I definitely do, and anything else that I do in terms of sustainability is kind of an extra and something that I'm still trying to level up on. And these are things that I feel like we can all kind of start our sustainability journey on and try to be more sustainable. So without any further blah blah, let's just get into the video. The first thing that I want to talk about is just the basics of the basics, and that is to buy less and keep it minimal. And I feel like this is going to mean different things for different people. I mean, we have people who really don't have much at all in their apartment who would call mine apartment like a cluttered junk, and there are people who call our apartment minimal because their apartments or houses are even more cluttered. So obviously it means different things for different people. The idea here is just to make sure that when you are buying things, that you buy it mindfully and that you feel that it is something that you will use on a long-term basis, that you feel that it's something that you absolutely love. And for example, if it comes to interior design or interior, that it's something that you want to keep in your life for a long time and not something that you're just going to throw out the next season anyway. And the same goes to our closet, obviously, as well. I have definitely gone through a kind of minimalistic approach and process, minimalization, if that's even a word, process to my closet. And I've also not changed my style, but I started to focus on keeping it minimal when it also comes to my personal style. So I love a lot of nudes and neutrals in my closet. That's also something to keep in mind. So in all areas of your life, try to keep it minimal. It makes life that much more easier to be minimal as well, not just in terms of it being sustainable and more sustainable, but also because when you're cleaning your apartment, you don't have to lift up 100 things. You don't have to buy new places to store your stuff in, or when you go into your closet, I mean it's so amazing going into my closet, basically knowing exactly what's in there and never having to kind of like look through my clothes and feel like it's all cluttered and I can't find what I'm looking for. That brings me to my next point, which is to buy sustainable or secondhand fashion, and really anything as well, but I really want to focus on the topic of fashion in this point. Try to find your style and know what your style is. You know, if you're someone who loves to wear rainbows and pink, then that's your style and keep it that way. But always going with the trends and just always having to have the new in thing that the latest, you know, magazines and influencers are talking about. Like, I personally, like I said, because I'm not perfect, of course I go for it sometimes, but I try to be very mindful about it and see if it's a trend that I feel that I will be loving long term. So just stay mindful when you are buying fashion. And if you are buying fashion, try to find a sustainable brand that you love, because sustainable brands really put high focus on creating their clothes not only sustainably with sustainable materials, but also sourcing their materials sustainably, creating good quality clothes, as well as making sure that the people who are making their clothes have fair working conditions, etc., etc. There is a lot more to sustainable brands, and everyone will have their own sustainability clauses. I did also want to mention this in this part of the video, is that the video idea has come from Organic Basics, who's kind of running an impact campaign and asking the influencers who they work with to talk about how we can be more sustainable. They've kindly, for example, gifted me this set, which I am wearing today, which is why I'm wearing something that I probably would never wear on camera. Otherwise, I'm very kind of shy about showing skin, but I really love this set. It's so amazing. I'm gonna wear it to gym. It's also so comfortable to just lounge in at home. Organic Basics, I've made a whole video about talking about their products, which I suggest you go look, because I highly stand behind what I say in that video. They are an amazing brand and their clothes are so comfortable, and I just really love them. So I love their yoga sets, and I even have socks from them, and they're just out of this world, super comfortable. And obviously there's always the option of buying secondhand sustainable clothing. When you first kind of transition into buying from more sustainable brands and you want to buy new, it is going to seem more expensive, and it is more expensive than, for example, purchasing clothes from Zara or Mango or H&M, all these fast fashion brands. I have obviously also bought from these brands in the near past, for example, but I try to keep it very minimal when it comes to what I buy and anything I buy from there. I, for example, have a kind of shirt from Zara that I bought 5 years ago or 6 years ago, and I still have it and I still use it, and it's just like a classic piece. So I think there are also more sustainable ways to kind of also purchase from fast fashion if that's what you feel that you need to do. And of course there's always the option of secondhand, which I can't tell you how much I look up on people who find secondhand things. There was a point in my life when I was going to a lot of secondhand shops, and I'm gonna admit all of those things are now gone. I don't own them anymore because I didn't end up liking them. I understand that it can be hard, but it can also be fun. Like, if you're not someone who has a very classic style like maybe I do, if you're more interesting in your style, because I'm pretty boring when it comes to my fashion style, but if you're more interesting than that, I think that you're gonna have fun doing some secondhand finds and shopping. I'm even gonna leave some links down below to some channels or blog posts from people who do secondhand shopping, like Kristen Leo. Like, she's just amazing at doing something like that, so go check her channel out. And there are so many people you can get inspired from, and it's just such a more sustainable and better way to shop. So the next thing I want to talk about when it comes to being more sustainable is a very simple concept, but also if you are mindful about it, you're going to realize how actually kind of difficult it is, and that is just to create less waste. And this comes to really anything, whether that be you going to the supermarket and buying your fruits and vegetables, just trying to buy it plastic free whenever you can. Like, I don't pack my fruits and vegetables into plastic little bags anymore. I just put them on the cashier as they are, wash them at home. No plastic was needed. We do order our groceries online, and unfortunately there it's sometimes very hard to know whether or not our things are wrapped in plastic or not. Like, also try to buy organic and things that have been grown locally. That is always a great option. Again, you know, it's not about perfection in any case, because I know I am not perfect. I love my mangoes and bananas 100%. Of course, there are other things, like whenever I go anywhere, I don't leave out the house anymore without a tote bag that I'm going to just stick into my purse. Obviously there are other things to reduce waste. Always have a water bottle with you, just a reusable one. I know glass is obviously a little bit of a better option. I don't use glass because I'm afraid I will drop my bottle, and then that obviously is going to create more waste. This one we've had for like 5 years already, and it's just a simple plastic water bottle that you can also wash in the washing machine. So just having one of those with you at all times instead of having to always buy a plastic water bottle. Or if you do use straws when you drink, then have glass ones. These are amazing. I feel, or metal ones. Some people have metal ones, but I wash these also in the washing machine, and I always drink my smoothies with straws because I hate it when I have like a smoothie mustache whenever I'm drinking smoothies. Obviously, when it comes to a beauty regime, we can also be a little bit more mindful. So for example, using reusable cotton pads as your makeup remover. So just putting some makeup remover on that and using these reusable pads as your tool to remove your makeup, and you can obviously wash these in the washing machine as well. So that's like really great as well. And of course, there are so many beauty products these days that have reusable packaging or which don't use any plastic at all. For example, this Golconda shampoo block as well. Sorry if the lighting is changing. I'm gonna adjust that soon because it does look like the sun is coming out. I know the people who own this company, and they are very mindful when it comes to sustainability and using less plastic and just creating less waste when it comes to their products. So I did adjust the light there. I hope you can still see me well. So my final simple and effective way to be more sustainable is to quite simply eat less meat. As some of you might know, I am vegan. I have been vegan for 6 years, and am absolutely in love with kind of the lifestyle. And it is not a diet. I really hope that people understand this. This is not just a diet for me to stay skinny or anything. It is an ethical lifestyle choice that I have made because I love animals, and I just don't want my food or anything that I do in my life to hurt animals or create more animal suffering than necessary. I really don't have any judgment towards anyone who is not vegan. I think it's an amazing lifestyle, something that you could check out. Of course, I do recommend it, and make your research, of course. But yeah, obviously, eating less meat is also extremely good for the environment. Animal agriculture is one of the leading causes of global warming. It has such a toll on our climate as well, simply due to the volume of livestock that this world has to obviously have in order for us to have our meat, or you to have your meat. I know that going vegan is going to be something so crazy and something that many people will feel that they cannot do. So that's why I don't want this to be an impossible challenge or anything. I just want to suggest to try and eat less meat. Step by step is always the best way. And if you never end up going vegan, look, I'm realistic. I know that that's probably never going to happen, that absolutely everyone's going to be vegan, but what does need to happen is that we need to start consuming less meat, and that is just the first step to maybe have first 1 meatless day, 2 meatless days, etc. And yeah, do your research on that, on what you eat and the effects it has on the environment, on the animals, and of course on our health as well. Our health is personal, so I really want to kind of keep that away from this discussion. But environment and animals are obviously have, animals, that's their lives, not our lives, and the environment and this climate is obviously an effect that we and our future generations have to live with, basically. So that was my video for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and got some inspiration. I hope you liked the format. That was so amazing to talk to you guys about. It's like a really passionate subject for me, and something I'm always trying to learn more about, and often feel guilty about not doing it perfectly, but I don't think that's helping anyone to feel guilty. Just start somewhere, do something, and be mindful about your actions, and that's where you start. And we can always build ourselves up. We can always try to do better, but having the fear of doing something wrong and therefore not doing anything is obviously not the answer. Go check out Organic Basics and their amazing clothes that they have over there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you did enjoy it, and give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for my channel for more videos. And I'm super excited to see you guys in my next one. Until then, you guys, moi moi.